Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm a former medical doctor who quit a job in pursuit of a career in YouTube. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the thing that I love most. A lot of people find that whenever they come to my place, to my house, it's like, why is everything so neat and tight? Where is the mess? Do your kids not make any mess at all? You've probably trained them really well to clean up after themselves. Like seriously, where is the stuff? Like, why is your house not messy? So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top secrets on how to keep a neat and tidy house even if you have really active children. Just before we start, just so you know, my kids are the ages of 4 and 6. One is turning 5 soon, and they are really active. They love running around, playing with their guns. They love playing with their bicycle indoors more than outdoors. Go figure. Pens never get closed. Papers are just everywhere. They are really active. They get bored really easily, like mama. And sometimes it's almost impossible to get them to understand that they need to clean up after themselves. But these are my tips on how I managed to keep a tidy, organized house even with 2 really active children. Tip number 1 is I declutter every season. Some people might think that that's a bit much, you declutter a bit too much. But here's the thing. Every time I declutter, the decluttering gets easy. So if I only declutter once a year or twice a year, I find that, the whole process of decluttering becomes too overwhelming because you have so much stuff to get rid of. But when you declutter like 4 times a year, what you have to get rid of is not that much and it doesn't overwhelm you so much. So you just basically have like 3 little bags, one to donate, one to throw away, and one to sell if there's anything to sell or give away to your friends and family. When you declutter every 3 months, it becomes easier. And as you declutter more and more, you find you have less stuff to declutter off, because after decluttering, it brings you to understand that, hang on, if I'm always throwing that stuff out, or I just threw that stuff out the last time, so I obviously don't need it, so I'm not going to go out and buy the same one to replace that old stuff. I've obviously gotten rid of it because I thought it was not useful and I didn't need it. So the more you declutter, the less you have to declutter the next time you come around doing it. Tip number 2 is I always use one item for different things. Like for instance, I was talking to my friends the other day and they just had a baby and they wanted to buy like baby toys for their baby in the bathtub, and I'm like, why do you have to go out and buy baby toys? They're like, oh, just something to do in the bathtub. And I'm like, yep, everything sounds great, but my kids sometimes at this age still like to take toys with them to the bathroom. But I'm not going to go out specifically to buy toys for them for the bathroom, because I've tried that in the past, and even while doing that, they still like to take their own toys that are okay to be in the water, sometimes not okay to be in water. They take their own toys to the bathroom. So with supervision, I allow them to take toys to the bathroom that will not get ruined. So in that sense, I have toys that they use for playing and that they can also use in the bathroom. And if they want to play with it again, then they have to wait for it to dry. And that is just something that the kids will have to learn to be patient about. If they put a remote control car in there, the remote control car will not work when it comes out from there. And that is just a lesson that they will have to learn the hard way. Tip number 3 is I only buy things when I need them. So for the house, for instance, I don't go out and buy toilet paper in a big chunk because I might need it and I don't want to run out. I don't go out and buy lots of soap powder for the washing machine, or lots of detergent for cleaning the house, or lots of bed sheets, for instance. I don't buy loads and loads of things. I always try to have only maximum of 2, and I try not to buy multiple things of the same item. So for instance, when I'm cooking, my kitchen is not cluttered because I don't have a lot of stuff in there. I've got one pan, flat pan, that I use for cooking, and I've got just a couple of other pans that I use for cooking, and I don't have a whole lot of utensils even for servings, dinnerware, and things like that. I have only the basics of what I will need and what is enough for me to provide my friends when they come over for dinners and things like that. Tip number 4 is I always have dedicated spaces for items. With that said, I do have junk drawers here and there. I think I've got a total of 2 junk drawers and 1 entire junk wardrobe. So it's not filled to the brim with items, but there are mismatched items that sometimes I do not know where it should go because I haven't really decided, or we've just recently changed the space and I can't really remember where it goes, or I don't really have time to attend to putting it away right now, so this is where it goes to the junk drawer. But regardless, most of our items have got spaces where they go. Even my kids' toys, so they've got a space. And yes, they might rearrange their play space sometimes, and that's okay. That's fine as long as they keep all their toys in their play area. That's fine. And I have to remind my daughter sometimes, because she tends to hoard a lot of things. She loves hoarding, so she takes things from the living room or from my bedroom, whatever she feels she likes. She loves to decorate her place, and then she loves to collect things. But I have to keep reminding her that the things that she's collecting is getting a lot, and it's time for her to put it back where it belongs. And then every 3 months, when I do my decluttering process, my kids join me and understand what they need to get rid of as well. Which brings me on to tip number 5. I set rules for my kids. Sometimes I do tend to scare them a little bit, but they have seen me do this. Now, you know those little party bags that we get when they go for a birthday party, and it will have all these small knickknacks like a small eraser, a tiny pencil, a tiny notepad, little toys that break easily and get thrown all over the place. I always remind them that if they do not pick up their stuff and their toys and put it in their bedrooms or in their play area, dedicated play space where it should belong, I will throw that item away. Now this really scares them, because I have in fact done it and they have seen me do it. And sometimes they go looking for their stuff like a week later and go like, "Mommy, where's my little whistle?" And I'm like, "Well, I threw it out." And they're like, "Why did you throw it out?" You didn't put it back where it belongs, so I assumed that you didn't want it anymore. This teaches my kid to be responsible for their items. If the toys are not in its space, I throw it away. So sometimes very nonchalantly, if I pick up like a big truck that's lying on the carpet in the living room, I go like, "Oh, Rishi, can I throw this in the bin? Because you're obviously not playing with it anymore." And then he'll be like, "No." So my son will come running, he'll pick up his toy and put it away. And my last tip to you is, I know a lot of people might disagree with me on this one, but I reward my kids for helping me with the chores. I used to reward them by giving them gifts immediately, like a chocolate, the Kinder chocolate eggs. They used to love it so much. I used to give it to them, but I stopped doing that because I realized that the whole element of surprise can really poison them. Like, they just love that element of surprise and they want to open stuff up, but then at the end of the day they get so disappointed what's inside, and then they start fighting with each other like, "Yours is better than mine," yada yada yada. And also all that sugar is not really great for you. So I've changed it. Now I reward them by giving them actual money. I used to reward them by giving them fake coins, but because they were fake coins, I think I wasn't treating them as real coins itself, so I wasn't really translating their fake coins into real coins and going out and buying them gifts later. So right now I give them actual coins, either $2 coin, $1 coin, or sometimes when I'm out of coins I give them cash, and then they give me back the coins, change, whatever it is, and they actually use their money to buy gifts for others. Sometimes they go out and buy drinks if they want like a hot chocolate or an iced chocolate, and I know that I can afford to buy them drinks or toys or whatever it is that they need outside, and they could probably save their money. But I'm not really trying to get them to save that money for a future, like put it in a bank or anything like that. I'm just trying to teach them being responsible for their toys, being responsible for making the mess that they make, and also teaching them the responsibility of having cash and learning how to pay for items. So when I go to a store, I actually make them go up to the shop owner and ask them for the stuff that they want themselves, and they do go up and ask for what they want and then pay the money and get the change and come back. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to hit the like button below, and please follow me on my social media. Follow me on Instagram. I think I'm going to start TikTok soon. I'm still learning about TikTok and going through a course to learn about TikTok, but I will be up there soon. And I would love for you to subscribe down below and hit the notification button so you get notified every time I post a video every Mondays and Thursday. With that said, I hope you have a lovely day, and thank you for stopping by.